Yeah. What you making? For her? Yeah, for my order? Okay. Nala ready to get out. You did a terrible job. Huh? Big bag, big. Alright. Get mad that someone takes a picture of you because you're in a public space. This is my favorite. The fruit, right? No, this one. Ooh, you gonna send me that? That's this the best thing at the fair. She's nasty. But I ain't play. If you wanna roll, baby. She thinks she at the jazz fest. No, this. No, this. Girl, you don't know what you're missing. That's good. Try it. I can't take black truck. Ew. That is not that bad, girl. I'm so disgusted. I was not expecting that to taste like that. What's that beef? Why is it? Don't smack them. You have no bee etiquette. Like, it's common knowledge not to smack bees. I don't have common knowledge. I'm gonna get me a bacon on the stick and go home. In the water. Ciao. I spent what? $95 on tickets. And how much we could have went to Korean barbecue. Okay? And how much of it was worth it? Just the bacon on the stick. got 2 rides. That devil egg was musty.
That's in my ear. They literally have 2 rides, the Ferris wheel and the skyline thing.
That's what I said. When you were like, yeah,
They should call this a food fest, not a festival.
maybe this is not the
not
fair
a
my
fair.
teacher was referring to then.
Oh, it was. There's the only thing going on all month.
No, she didn't say that this month. She said that was the first day of school. And the fair that she showed us actually had rides. Like, it had that thing where you sit on and it spins in a circle.
So let's recap this Texas State Fair, because I feel like it was overrated and overpriced. And let me tell you why. I went in, I had discounted tickets, whatever. We only paid $23 admission to get in. That was cool, right? They get over because they only sell the tickets in the kiosks in 15 increments, and the tickets are
Dang, I thought it was 5.
no, it was 15. The tickets are equivalent to dollars, so 15 tickets, $15, right? So I started off with 45. Boom, we went to where did we go first?
Bacon.
The bacon. Now that was the highlight of the fair. That was the best. That was hands down. They should win number 1. I know it's just bacon and cotton candy, but that shit was good as hell. You could tell it was smoked to perfection.
They did win a prize for it though, so they won something.
Yeah, it was smoked to perfection, and the candy gave it gave sweet, salty, savory, everything all in one bite. That was I went back for seconds.
And the meat wasn't greasy.
Wasn't greasy.
It didn't make you feel like you got to vomit out.
Whatever. I know I'm probably gonna feel a little or be running to the restroom because I don't really eat pork, but I do, if that makes sense. I'll explain that in another time. But I'm a chef basically, so I have to kind of taste it, but I don't necessarily eat it, and I don't buy it. So yeah. Then we headed over where? When you can't remember that, that's the problem.
I think fried sushi was right after that. Fried sushi and...
Okay. Now the fried sushi. Shout out to the African American male in the kitchen.
No.
I'm not going to say it wasn't good. The sauce was good. It just wasn't giving sushi. Like, it wasn't giving sushi at all.
The sauce gave sushi.
The sauce gave sushi. The rice, seaweed paper gave sushi. The cucumbers on the side gave sushi. But
the actual roll itself gave nothing.
Fried dough.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like, it barely had a taste.
It barely had rice. I feel like if you're going to call it... I'm not saying you couldn't taste rice. But I feel like if it was going to be called a sushi roll,
it should have gave sushi all throughout. Not
it
just
should have gave
the
sushi
sauce.
throughout.
Because if they accidentally ran out of sauce and presented me with the roll itself, I'd be like,
what is this? Exactly. Exactly. Because it did not give like sushi. Like it didn't. It should have had crab meat in there. This is my opinion. It should have been packed with crab meat. I understand the cucumber not being inside because once fried, it would have became soggy. But I also feel like there are certain type of vegetables that you could put inside to give that crunch. I don't know.
I just feel like it should have been incorporated better, period. Like the sauce, it shouldn't have just been on. I didn't like that the only thing that tastes like sushi was the sauce, especially since I'm a sushier. So I was really looking forward to it really tasting like basically a crunchy roll, but like entirely crunched.
Exactly.
And it didn't taste like anything.
Now, let me tell you about these gumbo rolls. Gumbo balls. It was prepared by the same kitchen or same boot, whatever you want to call it, which was inside. It was giving very much high school cafeteria vibes. I didn't get...
High school cafeteria with no air conditioning.
It was so hot in there. I did not get the fair field. Like there's not supposed to be a food court at a state fair, okay? Everything is supposed to be outside in the open. And the building was so like semi-smoky, like your eyes burn when walking through the building because there was no ventilation. So here you have 60 food vendors in one closed-in building cooking, and
with probably 100 people.
Probably like 500 people. They had a lot of people. They had nowhere to sit. I had to stand up and
barely
eat, as
any
you saw
room to walk
in the last video. Okay. Yeah. But let's get back to that. I don't know the sauce. And guess I'm from New Orleans, in case you didn't know, in case you didn't hear it. But to see that sauce, that was gumbo base. I can taste gumbo base from a mile away because I don't use that. I've tried it, but I don't use it. It was gumbo base. That was strike number 1. Strike number 2, again, because it was a ball, it with everything inserted, it just wasn't giving. If I feel like it was gumbo, it should have been packed with shrimp, packed with crab meat, packed with smoked sausages. Now the okra on the side, that was good. They were perfectly fried. But if I had tasted that without dipping it in the little cup of gumbo that they claim was real gumbo, or the best to be number 1, I wouldn't have known that it was the same with the sushi. We just wouldn't have known. That was kind of disappointing. Especially coming from New Orleans. And what's crazy, we passed up a New Orleans tent specifically because we're us being from New Orleans, we were like, look, we don't want no red beans, no shrimp creole, no boudin balls, all the stuff that we're used to. We want us to try it different, something different. So that's how we ended up there. Then
what I will say is, although everything, we didn't necessarily like everything, it was all fresh. Like nothing tasted too greasy, nothing tasted like it just wasn't fresh. Like everything tasted like it was made right there, like it was
to order.
Fresh.
Now that I agree with. Like nothing was pre-made. Well, I'm pretty sure the balls were rolled already.
If they were, it was still good.
Yeah, it was still hot and fresh and cooked to order. That's a good point. That probably helped a little, because I'm not saying it was horrible, but I'm saying it was horrible. It wasn't that good. Like it didn't even meet my expectations, because everybody rave over this. Oh, it's the best fair. They have the best food. Woo-de-woo, whatever. Ciao. Now, another thing that kind of pissed me off. We tried most of these things based on an influencer's review. Stick around for part 2 of my review.